Hi, everyone. Uh, Thank you for joining today's training session. As you guys know, today's training session is on Microsoft Intune. Some of you may have already used it. Some of you may have heard about it. So Microsoft Intune is one of the productivity tools within the Microsoft Office 365, sorry, Microsoft 365 suite. Companies use it to manage their enterprise devices and applications, right? So let's begin with answering very basic question. What is Microsoft Intune? Microsoft Intune is a cloud-based service that focuses on mobile device management and mobile application management. It gives companies the tools they need to manage their employees' devices and the apps that they use, ensuring security and compliance. So, those of you who have already worked on Active Directory and the group policy, it will be very easy for you guys to understand what Microsoft Intune can do. So, in our company, we manage our devices, basically those computers and laptops that are joined to the domain using group policy. By creating and applying different policies, we can manage who can do what on their computers, right? So this we have been doing for a very long time. But as a the thing is that we can use group policies only to manage devices that are joined to the domain, to your on-premise Active Directory domain. And in most of the cases, they are within your office premise, right? Not the devices that are roaming, that are not in your office premise, which that are not in your office network, right? But now we are living in a time where people are working from people are working more from outside of the office than from inside the office, right? People these days are working from the park, their home, their bedrooms, God knows how many different places they're working from. So now the challenge comes for the companies. How do you manage those devices? Companies need to make sure that these enterprise devices that people are using are secure. The data which is being accessed, the company data which is being accessed on those devices is secure. This is where Microsoft Intune comes and helps. Microsoft Intune can help you manage those mobile devices. So, mobile devices basically your laptop and Android devices, iOS devices, your Apple devices. So, Microsoft Intune can help you manage those devices. And it can also help you manage the applications which are running on those devices. What do we mean by applications running on on those devices? So let's say, for example, you have the company's Outlook running on that phone. You have SharePoint installed on that phone, right? SharePoint has company's critical data on it, right? So if you access SharePoint on that mobile device, companies got to be making sure that only the intended person, the right person is accessing that data. And companies are in control, uh, like, uh, for example, if a mobile device does not have a passcode set, right? So if a mobile device does not have a passcode set, you will not be able to configure your Outlook, company Outlook, you will not be able to access SharePoint. So what companies do, they enable these policies in Microsoft Intune that if somebody has to configure Outlook on their mobile devices, they will have to comply with the company policy. They will have to have a password to unlock the device, right? To unlock the laptop, your other mobile devices like iPhones and Android devices. So companies can mandate those policies that without a password in a mobile phone, you cannot configure your company Outlook or other applications on the phone. So companies want to make sure that the device as well as the data and application which is being accessed on those devices are secure. This is where Microsoft Intune helps them. Some of you have asked the question, do we need to build Microsoft Intune server? Gone are the days when we had to do it. Maybe there are some companies which are still building their own uh, Microsoft Intune server, but now Microsoft Intune is mostly a cloud-based service that uh, helps you manage your mobile devices as well as applications. It gives you the tools to ensure security and compliance. Device compliance, like some of the very important features that we use or the Microsoft Intune has is, for example, device compliance policy. Just like an example which I was giving you a few minutes ago, that you cannot configure an application, company application on a device if it is not if it does not have the password to unlock it, right? So this comes under the compliance policy. So in Microsoft Intune, you can create different types of compliance policy to make sure that those devices where people are going to access the data and application must meet those compliance policies, right? And in those compliance policies, you can have different kind of policies, like many policies. And unlocking, but requiring a password to unlock the device is just one of them. Apart from device compliance policy, you have conditional access policy, you have app protection policy. You can use app protection policy to protect company data at the app level. We will get into all this one by one as we move further. Now, when you want to start with the Microsoft Intune, the first thing that you're going to need to do is device enrollment. You will have to enroll the device before you can manage them. So device enrollment is basically the first step towards managing and securing your mobile workforces devices. It essentially adds devices to the Intune management system, right? Allowing IT admins to monitor, manage, and secure them. With device enrollment, your business can ensure that all employees' devices meet your company's security and compliance standard. It enables the remote distribution of apps. What do we mean by remote distribution of apps? When you enroll a device to the Intune, you can push the applications to those devices. You don't need to manually install those applications. So there are some, common application which a device must have. You can push those applications to those devices, and they will automatically install. You can also update your devices and you can configure your devices. Once a device has been enrolled, you can later on, if you need to, even wipe out those devices in case of loss or theft. Enrolling a device in Intune is a pretty straightforward process. First, the user must install the company portal app, which is available on various platforms. Once installed, they sign in with their corporate credentials. After sign in, they must grant the necessary permissions for device management. And as a just to give you an idea, I mean, we can also have the auto enrollment enabled, and I will show you how this auto enrollment works. Once a device is enrolled, IT admins can manage them through the Intune admin portal. They can view device compliance status, they can push the updates, end apps, lock or wipe the device, and so much more. We will be exploring these features in detail in future sessions. Device management with Intune gives you full control over your organization's devices. It's a crucial aspect of data protection, and it allows your workforce to be productive on the go while ensuring corporate data is secure. We have covered the basics of device enrollment and management in Intune today. We will be covering it, sorry, and we will see how a device is enrolled. Uh, in the Intune, we will look into both the manual enrollment as well as the auto enrollment. Hang in there.